Hare Krishna. Thanks all for joining. As we are in the study of study and discussion of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, which is the conversation happened between Sri Krishna and Arjuna in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Correct. So, in this Bhagavad Gita, so though it was happened on the war field, but it never promoted the violence or any other form of like killing for self benefit or for personal benefit. Okay, so the Lord is teaching to Arjuna, via Arjuna, to all of us as well, how to live our life, what are the way, what is the purpose of our life, why we came here, why we are struggling, etc., etc. So it is nothing but the life manual, okay, which we have to practice, which we have to first understand, read and understand, then practice, apply it in our real life, okay, personal and professional life. Then we have to preach to others as well. Okay, that is the whole purpose of studying this Bhagavad Gita. So this Bhagavad Gita is nothing but the song of the Lord. Okay, so it has 700 slokas spread across 18 chapter. The 18 chapter is further subdivided into three section. First six chapters are like a karma yoga. Next six chapters are called as the bhakti yoga. The last six chapters are jnana yoga. So we are in the ninth chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, which is called the most confidential knowledge. Correct. In that we are seeing, we have seen like around 14, around 18 slokas we have already seen. But this devotional service or the most confidential knowledge, we are taking for quite long time like to complete this chapter, because this is very, very important chapter. Not only we are understanding like the Bhagavad Gita sloka, but we are trying to understand like what is a hidden meaning, how to perform the devotion service like via last 2 weeks, like we have seen the power of prayers. Correct. If someone didn't attend last 2 weeks class, please, I request, I already shared the playlist. Please take out time to hear the those two sessions, because it is very, very important and beneficial for every one of us. What is the purpose of the power of the prayers? Because we need to first understand like why we came to this particular world, and what is the purpose of this particular our life, and what we have to do to get out from this world. Okay, we all know we came here as a visitor. Correct. As sometime like we go to vacation to India or like any other place, we go there, we be there for some time, we see things and like we enjoy things and we come back. Correct. The same way this material world is created like a because of the compulsion, or like we were pleading to Lord, okay, I want to enjoy separately. For that particular purpose only this material world been created. And how this material world, what is our purpose of life? We need to understand we are not the body, we are the soul. And our we need to re-establish our relationship with the supreme. Okay, and we have to go back to the Godhead, go back to the Godhead, because we came from there. We were never like okay, we never belong to this particular place. We were always belong to the Goloka Vrindavan, like the spiritual world. And we just came here as a visitor. We see things and we learn things, and by learning the devotional service, we will be able to get a chance to go back. First, we need to understand the purpose of human life. Human life is very, 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 very difficult to obtain. Correct. We have seen multiple slokas. Correct. Uh, Manushyanam sagasresu kaschit yatati siddhaye yatatam api siddhanam kaschinmam vetti tatvatah. Okay. This human form of life is very difficult to obtain. And in that, very few people will try to endeavor the devotional service. Out of them, hardly one will come to me. So filtering process to go back to Godhead is not that easy. Okay. Coming from spiritual world to the material world is easy, but going back from material world to the spiritual world, it is not that easy. It is easy only, but we have to do it nirantaram, like a satatam, ananyas, like a all the time we have to do it, like a not as and when we get free time. No. So first, we every day while we are waking up, okay, we have to thank Lord because He is giving another day, another moment for us to remember Him and to thank Him. Like that gratitude we have to show all the time because we never know, like we may die in our while sleeping as well, correct? So the one more day been given to the Lord, sorry, to all of us, only and only to do the devotional service, not for any other material things. Like material things will happen like a one or the other way, but our prime focus, majority of our time has to be spent in doing the devotional service. So every day, like a thank Lord for giving us one more day. Okay, first of all, this human body is very, very difficult to obtain because out of 84 lakh species, the human body, human form is the topmost form. In that form also, because if you see like aquatics or the reptiles or like, okay, all these, the fish, if you take, there are 400,000 like aquatics are there. In human form also, like there are 400 300 or 400 odd thousand, like, okay, um, different varieties of human form also there. Someone will be like a very small, someone would be like, okay, their face would be like a turned like this, etc., etc. So if we are not having any disease, like, okay, if you are having a healthy body and human form, that is the best thing, like we got. We don't know, like how we got it. It is due to our past karma or like a Lord's mercy, etc., etc. But we got it. We have to utilize that in a very, very careful manner, correct? uh, if we are not utilizing, we are nothing but the greatest fool in this particular world. So we got the human body. Okay, that too, we got the opportunity to understand what is the purpose of life. Many humans, like the healthy person, they don't know what is the purpose of life. If you go and ask them, okay, the purpose of life is khana pina, like, okay, just sona, that's all. So eat, sleep, drink, mate. These four things only, like that is common in our foundational slide. Please refer the topics which we covered in the foundational slide also. In the foundational slide we covered, that is common, that that is common between animal and man, correct? The eating,
मेरे को लग रहा है ये मेरे को लंग इन्फेक्शन मतलब कोई ऐसा वाला है जिसमें
Hare
लंग
Krishna
मतलब मेरे
Mataji.
छाती में दर्द हो रही है.
So it is very common between the animal and human form. If we are doing only eating, sleeping, mating, defending, then we are nothing but the animal, correct? So we have to understand and we have to do the practice of devotional service. So we got that opportunity also. Some or the other way, we all assembled here, correct? To glorify Krishna, to understand more about Krishna, to discuss more about Krishna, correct? Some are the other way, like we are very, very fortunate, very, very fortunate. Otherwise, who in the universe, like on a Saturday morning at 8 o'clock, 8 a.m., who will assemble like this? Because we have the mercy of the Lord. Because if you are not having the mercy of the Lord, it is very difficult to attend even one class. Sometimes we may be really busy. Sometimes we may say, okay, chhod do, like I attended so many classes, like let me miss this class. What I am going to learn? Let me take some nap, extra time because I worked very hard, like on the whole week. So let me sleep for some more time on the weekend. Then we are manda sumanda, like, okay, we are getting lazy and we are getting ignorant. But some or the other way, we are connected to the Lord by attending these classes and by chanting the holy name, by taking association with the devotees. Okay, so that is happening by the mercy of the Lord. Okay, some are the other way. Our bank balance, our spiritual bank balance is little high than like some of the others who are not doing the devotion service. We should not be proud of it. We should be cautious about it, and we should be continuing that how I can improve my bank balance, spiritual bank balance, not the material bank balance. So how can I do more devotional service? How can I please Krishna? Okay, so that is what we are going to see in the most confidential knowledge. So we already seen like what is confidential, what is more confidential, what is most confidential. Can anyone say this very quickly? What is confidential, what is more confidential, what is most confidential? Yes, this we have covered quite a lot time.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji.
Confidential knowledge is that we are not the body, but we are a soul.
Very good.
More confidential knowledge is like whatever we see around, like the air, water, sound of Omkara, everything. These are all Krishna's forms. Krishna, whatever we perceive in the nature, in the material nature, they are all form of Krishna.
Okay.
And the most confidential knowledge is Ananya Bhakti, unalloyed devotion to the Lord.
Okay, very good. So,
That's it.
in which chapters it has been mentioned?
More confidential is in second and third chapter. More confidential is in seventh and eighth chapter, and most confidential is ninth chapter.
Very good. Okay, so this is very crux of the knowledge. Okay, and in the second chapter and third chapter, like what has been said, the characteristics of the soul. Okay, soul cannot be submerged in the water. It cannot be like withered by the wind, and it cannot be like we can't burn in the fire, etc., etc. 30 characteristics of the soul. And in the seventh and eighth chapter, the more confidential knowledge is understanding Krishna's energy. Krishna is the sun and moon. Krishna is present in the water. He is present in the ether. Okay, he's present in the heat. He is present in the Omkara, etc., etc. So we need to understand Krishna, where and all Krishna is present. Okay. Then the most confidential knowledge is it is unalloyed devotion service. What is the meaning of unalloyed devotion service? If we want to cover this, we can discuss forever. Okay, it is nothing but doing everything for Krishna. In the material world, we do things like and we do like dharma, artha, kama, moksha. Correct? What is our dharma? There are two dharmas are there. Like it is a devotional dharma and the material dharma also, like a swadharma, and the other one is, I'm not getting the right word, like so there are devotional activities as well as like what is a for a housewife, like what is the material dharma?
To make, to serve the family, make food and everything.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, but for a devotee, the swadharma, or like the yeah, I think varnashra dharma and the swadharma, I believe, like this is what the thing. So in that for a devotee, doing devotion service covers the material things also. We don't need to cover separately. For example, Saraswati Mataji got the new baby, correct? So a normal mother will feed the baby and will try to feed the food, or and she will take care of the baby, correct, by singing the songs like while sleeping, etc., etc. But a devotee will use, okay, that as a chance to preach to the kid the Krishna consciousness. For example, in the Manasara also, before feeding the food, okay, you can offer to Lord, and you can give it as a prasadam to the baby. Okay, while feeding, like hey, also you can do that. Then while singing, you sing the glories of Krishna, and you sing the Maha Mantra, like in a nice tune, and the baby will be like a tuned, and it will be very well like okay, receive the Mahamantra, correct? And the toys, like while it is playing also, you will get attached to like okay, the toys from the Krishna store, and you give like okay, the stories, like while you are saying the stories now, you give rather than like saying material stories, you can give the opportunity to hear to say about the glories of like a Krishna's pastime, Krishna book, like okay, how and all Krishna and Balram like okay, played, and how they played with gopas, like hey, what are the things they took as what to say, like eatables, and how Brahma Vimohan Leela happened, how Kaliya Nadana happened, how Putana killing happened. So likewise, like okay, all these whatever we see in this material world, it is nothing but the reflection of what is there in the spiritual world. Correct? If you like, we have already discussed this particular thing. Whatever we are seeing in the movies, current movies, everything been derived from the Srimad Bhagavatam and the our scriptures only. There is no greater battle which we would have seen. Someone will say, okay, Troy is the greatest battle like happened ever, or the Mughals attack like was the greatest battle, or the what to say, who is the Alexander like was the greatest warrior. No, we cannot see the greatest warrior like than Bhishma Dev or than Arjuna. Okay, so Mahabharata and Ramayana is the greatest epic, like a greatest movie we can see ever. It is not movie, like it is a real time happened the past time, correct? So whatever we see in this particular world, everything is a reflection of what happened like in the spiritual world, what is happening in the spiritual world. So from that angle, the devotee Swadharma will be like, okay, whatever he does, okay, we also eat food, correct? The non-devotee, or the non-performing one who is like, okay, not doing any devotional service also eat food. But we eat food not for our sense gratification. We prepare the boha for the Lord, and we offer to him, so that okay, he removes all the sins from there in that particular food, and he gives us a prasadam. Okay, while we take the prasadam, our thoughts are purified, sanctified, our actions are like a purified, sanctioned, our activities are like a purified. So that is how like whatever you do, everything uh, we does from the devotional aspect. Anyone has any queries like in this regard? Because we need to apply this in the practical life, like otherwise studying alone like from the scripture, not applying is not going to get us great benefits. Any thoughts, anyone wants to add any points, like any feedback? Okay, take silences. Everyone understood. So we covered the confidential, more confidential, and the most confidential. I require everyone's kind attention, and everyone's uh, you have to do like a something as a homework also. Whatever been covered till now, like okay, please try to revise. Why? Because this ninth chapter and this devotional section of the Bhagavad Gita is very very important. Okay, uh, it will change our life. It will change, or it will serve as a purpose of our life. That is the reason like we are taking little more time. So we all are hearing about Krishna, correct? Hearing about Krishna cannot be uh, given to all. What is the qualification like to hear about Krishna? We have seen like two things are very much important, because we will see a lot of similarities between seventh chapter and ninth chapter. Seventh chapter is talking about the same thing. Okay, what is the process of hearing, and who and all will get the chance to hear. Ninth chapter also it is talking same. But 9th chapter is going little more depth from the Ananya Bhakti state. So what are the two things like we have to be if you want to hear about Krishna? What is the qualification? There's one word we have seen multiple times. We have mentioned multiple times. Like, okay, I request everyone if you can take a
Prabhu,
note
if you are
also, like
not
while
envious,
attending the class, it would be good as well. Yeah. Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhu, envious, we should not be envious of Krishna.
Yeah. Non-envy. Like, what is the word? A Sanskrit word? Hana? Anasuyave. Correct? You see
Yes, Prabhu.
here. Yeah. Sri Bhagavanuvacha. Idam te guhyatamam pravakshyami anasuyave. Anasuyave means because this Bhagavad Gita, it has been spoken by the Lord. Here, Lord is saying like a Sri Bhagavanuvacha, correct? Idam te guhyatamam. It is guhyam. It is very confidential. Though it is very easily available in the Bhagavad Gita format, but not everyone can understand. It is guhyatamam. It is guhya means like a confidential. Tamam means like a the most confidential. So in the 7th chapter, if you see, let's go into little more deep. 7.1. Guhya Tara, it will come Guhya Tara. Okay, not 7.1. It would be the next sloka, I believe. Uh, 7.2 also not there. So what it is saying is like it is Guhya Tamam. Guhya Tamam means like the most confidential knowledge. In 7th or 8th chapter. Guhya is 7th chapter. So we have to very well understand, okay, it is Guhya Tamam. Guhya Tamam is the most confidential knowledge, correct? Guhya Taram, where it is Guhya Tamam, Taras. One particular place it will come. I am unable to take it. Okay. So it is Guhya Tamam. Idam to te Guhya Tamam. Pravakshyami Anasuyave. Anasuyave means to the non-envious. Only if you are non-envious, then only we will get the opportunity to understand about this Guhya Tamam, the most confidential knowledge. Okay. Then Jnanam. It is not only talking about the Jnan. It is Jnanam and Vijnana Sakitam. Vijnana means like jnana means knowledge. Vijnana means like a applied knowledge, correct? You will be released, realized knowledge. It is a realized knowledge. Yajnatva, okay, by knowing that, moksha, like you will get liberated from this ashubhat. Ashubhat means from this miserable material existence. Just by knowing this, we will be able to release from this material existence. Am I saying this? Or some other acharyas are saying no. It has been said directly by Krishna Sri Bhagavanuvacha. Idam te guhyatamam pravakshyami anasuyave. Anasuyave. Only to the non-envious people like hey, this knowledge been passed upon and they will know and they will apply it in their daily life. By knowing and doing this, like they will get from Ashubhat, they will get the moksha, like okay, they will get the liberation. Okay, though they don't want liberation, they want like it continuously to do the devotional service, but they will be able to get the liberation. Okay, second, another very important sloka. Rajavidya Rajaguhyam Pavitram Idamuttamam Pratyakshaga Avagamam Dharmyam Susukam Kartum Avyayam. 8 characteristics of the devotion service or the devotional knowledge been explained. It is Raja Vidya. It is a king of education. If you earn like around a 5 PhD, no, you are not the king of education. One who knows about the Bhagavad Gita, they are the king of education. Okay, they are the uh, they know everything. Okay, Raja Guhyam. Again, here it is saying it is Guhyam means like it is confidential. Pavitram, it is a pure. Idam Uttamam. Uttamam means like okay, it is the transcendental. It is everlasting. There is no diminishing or like there is no loss to this knowledge. Pratyakshaga avagamam. Okay, what is the meaning? We will be able to experience directly. I'm sure that every one of us assembled in this particular association, one or the other way, we have experienced the divine touch, correct? Can anyone say like how they felt Lord's presence in the activity which they do, or in while doing the devotion service, or while preparing the boga for the Lord, or while serving the devotee of the Lord, or while doing the association, or like while chanting, while cleaning the house, like okay, we may get the experience of the Lord. Any one or two experience anyone can say that? Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Or no one experienced like the divine touch of the Lord? Okay, let me ice the break. Sorry, let me break the ice. Okay, so this I have said in the past as well. I got very good opportunity for one of the realization. Okay, so while in the evening, okay, or no, not in the evening, like while morning performing the arti to the Lord, okay, I was pleading to Lord Krishna, you have all the power in the world, correct? You have all the power in the world. Why you created this material world? Okay, you could have just kept all of us like in the spiritual world itself, because we are like ignorant and we don't have like a much of the power. So why you created this material world, and why you made us suffering? Okay, this was my question, and I was like pleading to the Lord, why can't you take like okay, why can't you dissolve this material world fully and take us like a completely and permanently in the spiritual world, correct? So this was my question. I keep on like a around 3 or 4 times I was asking like a please take us back to the Godhead, like why you have to do the filtering process, why we have to come out from there, why we have to go through so much of suffering, like a which you don't like also, correct? So why you created this world? Please like dissolve this permanently and have it uh, our presence, like you take us back to Godhead permanently. Okay, so because you have all the power and you can do that. So then I was I asked this question to Krishna, and that day was passing very nicely, like okay, then while performing the evening arti, okay, while performing the evening arti, I just getting the realization that why Krishna is like responding to my query, such as why I created this material world. He's saying the same of you. You only requested, and you were literally like crying to me, Krishna, I want to enjoy. I want to independently enjoy. Please create another world for me, and please let me go and enjoy. And once I get bored, like I will come back. The same of you were pleading like anything, were requesting like anything to me, to Krishna. that you create the material world to me because I want to enjoy. I want the variety of service. I want like, okay, because in the spiritual world, if you are doing like the cleaning of the floor, forever you will do the cleaning of the floor. You don't want to like, okay, to do the different devotional service, or if you think that okay, that particular devotee is doing uh, the deity worship, why can't I do that? Then the material desire like a or comparison started in you, and you are not eligible to stay in the spiritual world. So at the time, like the devotee was pleading over there, no, why can't you create another world? Like, okay, let me go and enjoy independently. So that is the reason, because you are requesting, because of your request, because of your constant and continuous request only, I created this material world, so that you go and like, okay, experience what is good, what is bad. Then you will come back. During the time of comeback, you will never want to go to that material world again. So that is the power like a of the realization, plus like a, that is, we were, it is because of us only like a Krishna created this material world. Hope everyone got the uh, gist of it, correct? Anyone didn't understand this, please, because this is very very important, because we know what is the purpose of our life, why we came to this material world, because of our request only, because we want to enjoy independently from Krishna. We want to enjoy uh, happily, like, okay, in this particular material world. So Krishna created this material world. Anyone didn't understand this, please raise the hand or say, because it is our own request, like a Krishna created this material world. So then from this material world we have to go back to the spiritual world. For that, we have to do the devotional service. The process is not easy. We have to go through many of the filtering process. Okay. Manushyanam sagasreshu kaschit yatadi siddhaye. Kaschit yatadi siddhaye. Okay. Someone only like will hardly will try to understand me. Out of that, kaschit yatadi siddhanam kaschin mam vesti tattvadaka. Like out of that, hardly one will try to understand and will come to me. That is the reason filtering process very, very rigorous in like, okay, the Krishna consciousness. So we can experience that pratyaksha avagamam dharmyam, like this is the principle of religion, and the susukam kartum avyayam. Susukam, like we discussed two meanings of susukam. Like let's see who can say that. These are the 8 characteristics of devotion service. It is Raja Vidya, it is Raja Gugyam, it is Pavitram, it is Uttamam. Then we can experience uh, directly. Then Dharmyam, like this principle of religion. Then it is Susukam. Susukam means like a Sukam means happiness, correct? Susukam means like a
It is
very, very happy. Yeah,
utmost happiness.
yeah. So we discussed about 2 meanings of Susukam. Let's see who can say that.
One is utmost happiness.
Yeah. So 2 things is, one is while doing the devotion service, we have to do it with happy mood. Okay. Just because someone said, okay, attend the class, we should not attend. We should attend in a happy mood. Okay. Happily we have to perform the devotion service. And another meaning is, while after doing the devotion service, we will get the happiness. After attending the class, we will get the happiness. Okay. The end will be like a happy. But while doing also, we have to do it happily. That is what like these two different meaning is. While doing the devotion service, we have to do it happily, and after doing the devotion service, we will get the happiness. Hare Krishna. The Zoom may disconnect now. Please rejoin. So that is the meaning of Susukam. Okay, it is while performing, it has to be joyfully performed, and after performing, we will get the happiness. That is what these 8 characteristics of devotional service or devotional activity. Any doubt in this one? Please ask questions, because while asking questions only, like, hey, we will get knowledge. So what I was saying is, please, no question is a stupid question. Ask the question, because while asking, like a Parishit Maharaj asked so many questions. On that basis only, we got the opportunity of like a Srimad Bhagavatam. And Vyasadeva asked so many questions to his Guru Narada Muni, correct? So the reason, like we got the Srimad Bhagavatam. And Sutta Goswami, or the sages assembled in the Naimisharanya, they asked a question to Sutta Goswami. That is the reason, like we got the opportunity to hear about the Srimad Bhagavatam. So asking questions is very, very important. Then only, like we will get the real knowledge. Hare Krishna. So the Susukam we understood, like while performing the devotion service, we have to be happily performing, and after doing the devotion service, we will attain the happiness. Okay. Then the third sloka, what it is saying? It is talking about those who are not faithful. First of all, we have to be faithful, and we have to get the mercy of the Lord by being anasuyave, like without envy. But though that is like who will receive the knowledge? Who will receive the knowledge? One who is anasuyave, and who is the faithful, and he has to be a devotee of Krishna or friend of Krishna. Then only they will receive the knowledge. But those who are not faithful in this devotion service cannot attain me. So if we are not devotional, if we are not having any faith in Krishna, they will never be able to attain, O conqueror of enemies. Therefore, they return to the path of birth and death, like a punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam. So they will take this birth, death, old age, disease, like in this chakra, like they will keep on repeating. Correct? So who will be able to receive the knowledge and who will not receive the knowledge, like been mentioned here? Then in the next sloka, Maya tadamidam sarvam jagat avyakta murtinah matsani sarvabhutani nachaham te savastita. So what Krishna says, by me in my unmanifested form, the entire universe is pervaded. Okay. We know, like the spiritual world and material world, everything like is a property of Krishna. By my unmanifested form. Krishna didn't even like a manifest. He just thinking and visualizing, like then the whole material world is created. The entire universe is pervaded. All beings are in me, but I am not in them. What it is meaning is, like I got one good explanation. Like hey, all beings are in me. All the beings are dependent on Krishna. That is what this meaning is. All the beings, like all the living beings are dependent on Krishna. That is what all beings are in me, but I am not in them. But Krishna is not dependent on us, correct? Can anyone say, okay, if Krishna is fully dependent on me, like, okay, he will do things only if I sanctioned. Can anyone say, like, hey, like this? Is it possible? Because Krishna is independent. He is a Sarva Karana Karanam. He is the reason of all the, he is the cause of all causes. No one can claim that, okay, I control Krishna. But Krishna himself said in Srimad Bhagavatam, I am being controlled by my devotee. That is the greatest position he has given to his devotee. What is that sloka?
This one, where he says Arjuna, I know this. I'm not able to think
No, it
right
is
now.
not Arjuna Mataji, like it is Ambarish.
No, he tells Arjuna, you declare to the world.
No,
You
yeah,
declare.
that is,
You declare.
yeah, that is
So
protecting.
I think
Like,
he said to Narad Muni, maybe Narad Muni during Amrish Maharaj time.
yeah, Amrish Maharaj only. Like what Mataji is saying is, it is declare it boldly. My devotee never perishes. Okay,
Never
that is
perishes, correct.
yeah, yeah,
Never
yeah.
perishes.
That is
What is this sloka, Swami
Aham
Prabhuji?
Aham Bhakt
Ananyas
Paradino.
Chintayanto Mam.
no, Maji,
No, no,
not
no,
that
no, no,
one.
no, no, that is not.
That is like a protection. He will protect
Hmm.
what we have, and he preserves
Name
like a,
Bhakta Pranashyati.
yeah, yeah,
I cannot recall the first
yeah,
part
yeah,
of it.
yeah. 1 second, I'll tell. Um, Bhaktya Pranashyati, Name Bhaktya Pranash. Yeah, Shipram Bhavati Dharmatma Shashvat Shanti Nigachadi Kaunteya Pratijani Name Bhaktya. Yeah. So that is on the devotee mind. Devotee never perishes. But this one is devotees are controlled by. I'm sorry, devotee can control
So
Krishna.
this
Okay.
Aham Bhakt Paradino or
Aham
something.
Bhakta Paradino. Yeah. Aham Bhakta Paradino. Sadhavo. Yeah. Sadhavo Hridayarmayam. Aham Bhakta Paradino. So, see, Sri Bhagavan Vacha, Agam Bhakta Paradino, he Swatantra Eva Duja, Sadhubir Hrit Grishta Hidayo, Bhakter Bhakta Janapriyaha. So, what it is saying? The Supreme Personality of God had said to Brahmana, I am completely under the control of my devotees. Who is saying? The Lord of the universe is saying, I am under the control of my devotees. Indeed, I am not at all independent. What Krishna says here, I am not in them, correct? So many transcendental contradictions we can see in Krishna's dealings. Okay, if you see what Krishna says in the other sloka, how much ever you surrender, I give the mercy to you. Correct? What is that sloka? Remembering, forgetting a lot of these slokas. It comes in the 8th chapter. How much we surrender, Krishna gives the mercy. I reward them accordingly. ये tamam prapadyante tam sataiva bhajamyaham mama vartmanu vartante manushya partha sarvasya. Okay. So ye etamam prapadyante. So how much we surrender, I reward them accordingly. Krishna rewards. But do we surrender that much, like so that Krishna is giving this knowledge? There's many transcendental. Kaliya didn't surrender to Krishna, correct? But due to Nagapatni's prayer, Kaliya got the mercy of the Lord. He was not being killed, but instead he got the darshan, and he got the mercy of, like, okay, the topmost, which is Lord Krishna is dancing on the hoods of Kaliya. Kaliya didn't surrender. Kaliya came to kill Krishna, but he got the mercy of, like, a Krishna's lotus feet touching on his head. It is not only touching, Krishna is dancing. So that ye yatamam prapadyante, like it would be a transcendental contradiction, because Krishna rewards like a more than what we deserve. Does Krishna stopping like a water, air, and light to non-devotee? No, Krishna gives everyone everything, like to everyone, correct? Because he treats everyone equally. That's in that way we can see like a transcendental contradiction. Here also see what he says here, I am not in them, but the same Krishna is saying, I am completely under the control of my devotee. Indeed, I am not at all independent. There he says he is independent. Okay, no one, I am not in them. But here he is saying, I am not at all independent, because my devotees are completely devoid of material desires. I sit only within the course of their hearts. What to speak of my devotee, even those who are devotees of my devotee, who are very dear to me. That is the reason we want to say dasanu dasanu dasa, correct? The devotee of the devotee of the devotee, like that is what Krishna says. So Krishna can be controlled only by bhakti, only by bhakta. Only a devotee can control Krishna. Here he says, all beings are like a dependent on me, but I am not dependent on them. That is what Krishna says in this one sloka. Next one sloka we will see, then we will try to end the class. Any queries, please feel free to ask. So then, nacha matsani bhutani pashyame yogam aishwaryam bhutabran nacha bhutasto mamatma bhuta bhavanaha. And yet everything that is created does not rest in me, correct? Like he is independent. He is not like a dependent on anyone, and even the material world also. Behold my mystic opulence. Although I am the maintainer of all living entities, and although I am everywhere, I am not part of this cosmic manifestation. So he is not being like, okay, part of like this cosmic manifestation, and for myself is the very source of creation. Though everything comes from Krishna, but Krishna is not affected by these material activities. That is what we need to understand. Hare Krishna. So we will go slow and low, like okay, in this slow and detail of this ninth chapter, because this is very, very important to understand and apply. If someone wakes you from the sleep or slumber, like okay, if they ask ninth chapter, you have to be in a position to speak about like a 20 odd minutes. That is how we have to go in detail of the ninth chapter. Anyone has a different view or like any feedback, any suggestion, please feel free to ask here. Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, not a question, but I think I got confused because Krishna asks Arjuna to declare, because if he promises something that his devotee will never perish, he may or he may not keep it. But if his devotee is actually declaring it, he will do anything to keep that.
Correct,
So that's why.
exactly. Exactly, Manji, exactly. Yeah, that is very, very correct. Yeah.
So that is why instead of he declaring it, all the other things he declared it himself, but only for this he asked Arjuna to declare on his
Yeah,
behalf.
correct, exactly. Yeah. That is correct. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Pariksha Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, 9 chapter is very important. Will it be possible that we can go through purport also?
Yeah, Prabhu,
That
purport,
will be able to understand.
I request every one of you to read the purport and come back. Like we will try to cover the purport as well. So everyone take like a two slokas. For example, you take first two slokas, okay, and explain the purport, what you understood in a very 5 to 7 bullet points, Prabhu. Likewise, others also like can take that particular task, so that you read the purport, you understand, you explain, and it will register in our mind and heart forever. Okay, Prabhu? This is
Okay,
assignment
Prabhuji.
for you. Like next week, you are going to mention the purport of like a 1 and 2 sloka in a very gist form, like okay, around 7 to 8 bullet points maximum. Okay.
I'll do 3 and 4, Prabhu.
Yeah, you do 3 and 4, Mataji. I request who else? Like Raghavendra Prabhu, you can do fifth sloka. Hare Krishna Prabhu. Yeah, I think he's on mute. Probably you do fifth also, Mataji. Like so, Prabhu
3,
will
4,
do.
5.
Yeah, 3, 4, 5.
Okay.
Then we will give the opportunity of others like in the upcoming weeks. Okay.
No. Okay, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. Thanks, Prabhu. Thanks all for joining. So tomorrow is the I think Pavitropani Ekadashi. So follow Ekadashi and get the mercy of the Lord. Remember the Lord like a more and more. Um, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Take care. Hare Krishna. Thanks all for joining. I'm ending the session.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.